Hello and welcome all of you. This is the big semi-final number one. We are with HHR, the Hyderabad Hellraisers versus Team Rotor FPV TRV. Right now, the boys are practicing, and we are looking for this extravagant semi-final between these fantastic-looking teams, which have a very strong lineup with the pro pilots. Let's thank the sponsors, One Martian Way, D1 Racing, HGLRC, and Zine Drone Racing. This is the IDRL SAH Season 3 semi-final number one. And the next semi-final is going to be between ZDR versus KKR. So let's get started right away with semi-final number one. It's 9:47 p.m. local time that we have started. We are, by the way, streaming live across IDRL YouTube and IDRL Twitch. So go to twitch.tv/IDRL drone racing. So you will be able to see our broadcast on Twitch TV as well. For now, let's get started, pilots. Hope you have had a good warm up of the track and a good practice of the same. And let's see what's on the round profile here. We have rounds 1 to 10. Just a quick summary for the rules for the folks who are just joining us, who may be new and unfamiliar with the rules. For round number 1 to 9, there will be 3 points for each round, and Shady is going to take on Ion FPV. HHR's Shady is the captain, and TRV Ion FPV he's going to take on. And then Bangos is going to take on OSS FPV, and finally Vatsan is going to take on Devi Web. All these 6 pilots are going to fly together, but they're going to compete internally for those critical 3 points per round. And by the way, we have some good graphics coming in as well. Legend 1089, by the way, has just followed us. And for round number 10, there is a huge point draw as well. There are going to be 8 points on the grabs for round number 10 as usual. Nothing different over there, but it's going to be very close as we see between these two teams. Some historic profile competitions have occurred over the last few races, and round number 10 is going to be an exciting one. So 5 points for the first position and 3 points for the second position, no matter which team that particular pilot belongs to. So it's going to be an open round number 10. And we're going to race through quickly from round number 1 to 10, and then going to see who is going to jump on to the finals and secure the place for the first final out there. All right, pilots, let's get going. I hope you're all secured on your seats. We're going to start off the podium straight away. And get ready with your gear on the podium, because the race starts in less than 5. There we go. We are tuned in into the third person view out here, and we'll be seeing the pilots taken off out here. We'll be following a bunch of them. And right away, we see an exclusive Ion FPV is the pilot to watch over here as well, along with quite a few other pilots. So all these pilots are going to do an amazing job out here. We are taking the first person view straight away from the views of Vatsan coming in. A very exciting pilot to join as well. All these pilots are going to draw some exciting clean lines, very well measured across the track. And this is the full track. We're going to show you one full racetrack with Vatsan, so that you know how the track is laid out with the variety of gates. So that's the start and finish gate, and that's the rotator out there on the 4 gates. Vatsan is going to quickly jump across out there, and then there is also going to be that red dragon lake over which the pilots have to be very careful. And the turns on these tracks really make it difficult for some of the sequences to come on with the pilots. Let's switch our attention to Shady right now, who has taken the pilots by storm. Vatsan is the one who's competing against Shady in the second place, but he will not score any points against Shady because he's actually competing against Devi Webb. So let's see how this competition unfolds as Bangos. We'll see where Bangos is with respect to Vatsan and Shady. All these three pilots, they are looking good, and we'll be switching our views as well with the different cameras that we have been allotted. That is a Bangos for you from a different angle out there. Devi Webb seems to be doing fantastic. He's warmed up pretty quickly, but he's following up between the spots 3 and 4 as Watson tries to snatch his place. But look at that, Devi Webb quickly into spot number 2. Bangos not allowing him even an inch of space for a rester out there, so to speak. And Devi Webb but finishes just ahead of Bangos out there, takes the win for the second spot against Bangos out there. And Ion FPV, a little bit strange to see a pilot of his caliber completing at spot number 5 and OSS at spot number 6. So let's score it up for these pilots real quick. Shady is at spot number 1. Obviously, a 1 point for him. Bangos against OSS. Bangos has won out there. And if we can see Watsan against Devi Webb. So there we go. Devi Webb has picked up that one crucial point against Watsan. So that's not so much of a good news for HHR. Watsan will have to come back while Devi Webb is doing his best out there. So it's HHR still very, very early, round number 1. HHR is a 1 point lead out there. 2-1 is the scoreline. Round number one has finished. Round number 2, pilots, get ready because we're going to start in less than 5. Let's see through some of the eyes right from the start of these pilots. Bangos, a very good pilot to watch out there. Shady as usual, a very, very crisp pilot. You can see how smoothly the flow of Shady is out there. And you can see his joysticks as well, as we have always shown the beginners and the intermediate pilots that this is how you complete a top class racing track like what Shady is up to right now. Devi Webb, in the meantime, first person views coming in from Devi Webb, making a few errors here and there, not quite in his perfect lines out there, but still could be good enough if he manages to scrape in somewhere between the points 3 and 4th spot. Meanwhile, Ion has picked up quite a good amount of speed and ground out there, making up for all the lost effort from the last round. And this time he's looking seriously good out there. Ion FPV has done tremendously well, and look at that, we just saw the tail of Shady. He's chasing hot on the tail of Shady right now. Shady, the captain of team HHR Hyderabad Hellraisers, they'll be looking to go fast against the team Rotor FPV, because team Rotor FPV seems to have really practiced really hard on this. And Ion FPV right now, let's see where he is with respect to Shady. Vatsan coming in from behind for Ion FPV, not allowing him, again, a breather out there. There is going to be a tough competition between Ion FPV and Vatsan as he's squeezed up between Shady and Watson out there. Let's see how he's doing the rest of the track out there as he goes through some of the palm trees out there on the double gates into the dive gate now, over that fire bridge, and coming in on the right side of the lane out there. Shady once again at spot number 1. Ion FPV begins to really take off out here, probably from round number 3 as he completes his part at 2 minutes and 4 seconds. Bangos, on the other hand, is doing well as well. And Watsan will be quickly powering up, but was not needed. Watsan will be, oh my God, he made a few mistakes and that costed him. Again, Devi Webb making up for that lost time, and that would be good news for Devi Webb. So this time, let's see, Shady 1 point. It looks like this might have gone in a little bit of a favor. Let's see who this is. Bangos against OSS. Bangos again has won out there. And Vatsan against Devi Webb. So It is pretty much the same story out there. But at the top two spots, Ion and Shady are vigorously competing against each other. Right now, Ion is 10 seconds away, and he has to close in the gap towards that 1 minute 54 second if he has to really take on Shady right now. So he'll be warming up. The same story so far, the exact replica of round number one. Pilots, get ready for round number three. Your competition for round number three starts in less than 5. We're starting again with some of the top caliber pilots out there, quick to get off the podium here. Straight off is Watson in the lead, along with Shady out there. His captain and Watson, he's looking good. But Davy Webb is the one who is giving him quite a bit of a hot chase as Watson tries to just maintain the lead ahead of Davy Webb. But Davy Webb right now in the lead at spot number 2. This is going to be a really great stuff from Davy Webb, and he has been performing extremely well from the last race. Davy Webb looks like in complete control of this race so far. Watson has fallen back to spot number 5. Now let's see where Ion is. Ion is moving quickly as well across the track. He is at lap number 2, gate number 2 right now, as we try to see from his third person perspective some of the other pilots coming in. Look at that. Watson trying to chase the tail of Ion FPV out there. Davy Webb safely cruising away at spot number 2. Bungos squeezed up between Davy Webb and Ion. This is going to be a very interesting round. If Bungos has to really punch his way, Bungos and Ion are vigorously competing at spots number 3 and 4 respectively. Look at that. Ion coming in just from behind there. And wow, what a competition this is turning out to be. Davy Webb, meanwhile, quickly closing in some of his loopholes out there to claim himself at spot number 2 in a very secured spot. Shady might be taking it a little bit too lightly out there because he's managed to just scrape ahead a little bit ahead of Davy Webb. Right now, 6 gates ahead, but shouldn't be a problem as Shady gets at spot number 1 in quick time. And towards that end, pilots have to be really careful because that tunnel can be really dangerous as a completion point and a leeway as towards the end of the track. But Bungos at spot number 2 was just driven off by Ion. Watson will be disappointed as well, and spot number 6 will be going on for OSS. So story so far looking superbly amazing out there. This time Bungos has Shady against Ion. It looks to be in the same lane once again. It looks like Bungos against OSS. Bungos has one out there, and then Watson was overtaken quite comfortably by Davy Webb. So this is going to be the exact same routine for round number 3 as well. The point difference increasing by 1 steadily for HHR. As long as TRV can keep it that way till round number 9, anything can happen for round number 10. So let's proceed ahead now for round number 4. Coming ahead for the pilots, let's get going in less than 5. We'll take off with Ion right there in front of him. Looks like it's going to be Shady and Watson, right? And Bungos as well. All these 3 pilots looking super well in their top shape out there. We can take a different perspective. Look at that, trying to cover as much of a view out there. We are Bungos, we are focusing right now, but switching our attention to Shady might give us a slightly better view out there. Let's see where we can chase the Shady over here. Shady is over that fire brick lane, coming back into the completion of lap number 1, into lap number 2 already. Shady looking super cool out there and in superb composition as well. Watson is just managed to get behind Shady out there, but it is Ion always manages to come back in somewhat or the other way in lap number 2. That's been his agenda so far. But Ion has to be really careful because he seems to be really traversing and having some difficulty getting through that tubular yellow gate out there. But as long as he is maintaining focus over Vatsan, Ion's competition is really against Shady, so he'll have to cover a lot of ground out there. But Devi Webb cruising over Vatsan right now, but not by a much. Both of these pilots are head and tails behind each other. Vatsan, look at that, just behind Devi Webb. That's the closest competition out there, and they are competing directly against each other. So Devi Webb trying to just take away from Vatsan. Vatsan falling a little bit back out there. Again, going through that gate, keeping his attention in full focus. Devi Webb cruising along Bangos now. The aim of this whole thing is to maintain your focus till the very last lap, because it's a long lap. These are long gates that the pilots have to do, and each lap is pretty much well over 1 minute and 50 seconds. The closest one that you can see is of Shady, but you can see all the 3 spots taken up by HHR this time. So absolutely no hesitancy for us to record 1-1-1 scoring for HHR, while TRV gets a no scoring in this round. Will be a little disappointed. The scoring falls to 9-3 in the favor of Team HHR. All right, round number 5, after which we'll be taking an intermission round. So pilots, let's get going at the count of...
Hello, Karan.
Yeah, hold on 1 minute. Yeah.
I'm out.
All right. So one of the pilots is disconnected. 2 minutes has
Give me
started
2
for
minutes.
Devi Webb. Please rejoin. The server has opened up. Okay, we are counting it down. It's 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the clock for Devi Webb. Has to be really quick out here, because otherwise we're going to start the round without him. That will prove to be a little too costly at this point for TRV. These are competition rules, and we have to stick to them in the semifinals. Meanwhile, those folks just joining us, we are tuned into YouTube and Twitch broadcasting on our new Twitch platform. So do check us out over there as well. And we are broadcasting in full 1080p resolution. Okay, this is 40 seconds remaining now for... all right, so we have 40 seconds remaining for Devi Webb coming in. Please do it quickly out here, Devi Webb. All right, Devi C.
Yeah, hold on. I'll just change.
Yeah, we see you. Okay, you're good to go now. Okay, please remain on the server out there, please. All right, locking the server. And all right, pilots, let's get ready now. No more waiting at the count of less than 5.
I'm on spectating mode, Karan.
No, you said you
Yes.
changed to spectating right at the end. You were flying, and then somehow it changed. Okay. All right. So stay logged in, please. Now everybody is to flying. So, okay, pilots, on the podium at the count of less than 5. This is it for round number 5. Taking off the pilots, Devi Webb straight away at spot number 1, right ahead of Shady as well. He looks to have done some magic in those 2 minutes of wait time. and maybe has switched a few controllers out there. But Shady is right behind him. Look at that. Some amazing competition between these two pilots. They are right at the foothill of each other. Shady trying to just take a breather over Davy Webb out there, trying to maintain an edge that he has managed to get over some of the other top class pilots. And he is an all these pilots are really international quality racing pilots, and Shady is just a little on the over edge over here with respect to the other pilots. He's just 6 gates away now, about Davy Webb. There we have Davy Webb coming in now as well, trying to stay away from the fire lake as Bungos's view will try to cover as well. Bungos will try to maintain his control over the gates. He seems to have done pretty well so far, but Bungos will have to accelerate as well and contribute more towards his team. Watson, in the meantime, is securely at position number 4, but it'll be no good for him if he doesn't get over Davy Webb, because he is in direct competition with Davy Webb. And Ion FPV, well, folks would be disappointed. Supporters of Ion FPV, he is lagging behind still at lap number 2, far away, stretched off out there. Lap number 3 is looking dangerously away for Ion at the moment, while Davy Webb tries to get closer to Shady right now, as he is just 8 gates away. And Bungos Watsan following him. Looks like it's going to be a pretty easy kill there for Davy Webb as usual, as he fires up once again into that start and finish gate. And Bungos also completes, and Watsan will be taking himself towards the finish gate, as well as Ion at spot number 5, and position number 6 is Oasis. So it's for round number 5, we have, again, I think it's 1 point for Shady. Davy Webb picks up that 1 point this time. Bungos picks up a point against Oasis, and Watsan hasn't really taken that point, so Davy Webb has picked it up. So it's 11-4 at halftime. We'll be taking about a 2-minute break out here. Our viewers, in the meantime, can definitely go out there and take a break for themselves. Meanwhile, we will be catching on with the comments and put on an intermission screen out there to put on with our graphics. Let's see, that's the intermission screen, and your live chat is showing up there as well. Beautiful looking track at there, over there. And let's take a quick recap of what has happened so far. The story so far: HHR versus TRV in the semifinals, number 1. Round number 1 to round number 5, Shady and Bungos, both these pilots dominated straight away, and the only one from TRV to score so far. And missing out on round number 4 was Davy Webb, but the rest of the rounds he was 1 point each against Watson. So rounds 6 to 9, and then eventually round number 10 are going to be absolutely critical. The majority of the control is going to be resting between these rounds 6, 7, and 8, because the pressure really starts to build up from round number 9 onwards, as we have seen in the past few games. And let's check out some of the comments out there. Devnath Nair says, okay, there are some bad comments against Aman out there, but we'll catch them on later. Welcome Dave Powell as usual. Welcome Anirban Roy. Welcome DC. Welcome Gremlin. Yeah, quite a few folks out there watching closely these semifinals, and also the semifinal tie number 2. Again, an update the next Saturday. It's going to be between ZDR and KKR. So this semifinal, let's see who secures the spot in the finals. If it's going to be HHR or TRV, the game is not yet over. Still a long way to go, and ample of cheering from either side of the
Karan,
support
can you
camp
just
out here.
unlock the session one?
Can you say that again?
Can you unlock the session?
All right, somebody has fallen off. Okay. Stay on the server, guys. Watson and Davy Webb, please. And we have about 20 seconds remaining, beyond which we'll be starting the 2-minute timer. So please come back into the server quickly so that we can get started
I'm on
post
spectator
intermission
mode.
out there. Yeah, hold on. Let all the folks join in. We will be taking care of that. Do not worry. And let's see how the pilots are. Ion, OSS. Waiting for one more pilot, Devi Web. Let's turn on flying mode for Vatsan. And waiting for Devi Web. Okay, so we're starting the 2-minute timer for Devi Web. Thankfully, he has managed to come back in. And we have set him to green, but it looks like somewhere along it switches to spectating. So we're just going to wait on for a little bit of a time here as it stays constant. Look at that. It's switched to spectating in between. So we have to switch back to flying out here. And right now it looks good. Pilots, hope you're all refreshed. So are the supporters out there. And let's get back to our main gameplay screen. And let's get going, pilots. At the count on the podium, at the count of less than 5. Let's see, through the eyes of Vatsan, we are all freshened up out here for the post-intermission draw. Let's see if the fate changes for TRV and if they're able to bang on with a couple of more points out here for round number 6 and straight away till round number 9. The suspense is building up so far. Shady, Vatsan, and Pangos are all dominating at spots number 1, 2, and 3. Shady is looking clean. This was exactly the scenario for round number 1 as well. So round number 6 looks like each of these pilots take their time from TRV to warm up a little bit. But Ion FPB, he'll have to really look at that. He just crashed into that lake of hell out there and not doing good for his team. Meanwhile, taking complete advantage of the situation is Shady, Vatsan, and Bangos right at the top. They are far away into the lead out there. And this time, let's try to tune into Ion because Ion is quickly catching up out there. He should be able to get through spot number 3 if he is flowing in this particular form. He should be able to get past Bangos in absolutely no time out there. But Bangos is also accelerating. Keep that in mind. From a third-person perspective, this is the competition between Bangos and Ion. They are 4 gates away. Ion coming in. Look at that at the right-hand side. But Bangos is quickly picking up with lap number 3 out there, already dominating position for 1, 2, and 3 HHR team. Shady ruling it out there again. Ion and Vatsan this time they are in close competition, and the tail ahead of Ion out there is that of Vatsan. So Vatsan has just managed to drop in through that gate. On the rock, coming over the dive gate is Ion. At spot number 3, he has overtaken Vatsan. Looks like a very close call out here. Vatsan may have committed a few mistakes out there. Difficult to spot at such a high speed level of competition, but this lake of hell looks like it's going to be Vatsan again. If it is going to be in the draw, Vatsan is looking good. He managed to just get ahead of Ion. It was an extremely good attempt by Ion to get back into the game, but somehow he got constrained. So absolutely no brainer once again. 3 points in favor of Team HHR and 0 points so far for TRV in round number 6. Okay, so 3 rounds remain. 10 points of difference is the game. Round number 10 is a huge 8-pointer. So between rounds 7 and 9, TRV has to just get towards closing the gap by 2 points over here to have a chance in the game. All right, pilots, round number 7 at the count of less than 5. This time, let's see through the whole of Ion FPV. Devi Web seems to be in a different color setting. We'll be changing that color for Devi Web, but that's fine for now. The competition proceeds. Devi Webb is at spot number 4 right now. Ion FPV is looking to get behind Shady. Very, very quickly behind Shady he is, and he has to be absolutely pitch perfect over here because that's the competition that he's chasing. Direct competition with Shady right now. Shady cruising along just ahead of Ion. You can see out there Shady's view. He is at lap number 2, just gone past. Ion has picked up at lap number 2 as well. Shady's tail has just been scratched at the view site of Ion. Ion, let's see through the FPV view if we can get closer and closer to Shady. 3 gates of difference. Yes, definitely Ion in a definitely extremely good shape out there. That's the competition to watch. Vatsan and Devi Webb in the meantime. Let's see where they are poised. Vatsan is just ahead of Devi Webb. Devi Webb will be looking to come back into the game out there pretty quickly because Vatsan is taking it away from him. Devi Webb, Ion following away at spot number 4. Oh my God. And that was quite a bit of a disappointment for Ion as Vatsan now picks up at spot number 2. Ion still has a chance. These pilots are very, very close to each other. You can see from this third person perspective, well, right now Ion is 5 gates away and he's committing a few mistakes out there as Devi Webb tries to take some charge out there as the captain of the team right now. Devi Webb taking charge, trying to drive his team towards the top spot. In front of Vatsan, at least his competition, Vatsan, he has to pick up that one crucial point. So Vatsan, again, Vatsan just ahead of him. Let's see how he is doing out here towards some of those gates. Look at that, the Jacob's ladder, and then coming back into the last gate before the recharge gate. And coming back into the start gate. But look at that. The last call was that of Vatsan. Oh my God. And Devi Webb, that tunnel is so dangerous coming back into the last one. Anything could have happened. Devi Webb was looking so good at spot number 3. But unfortunately, all 3 points once again for HHR from the viewpoint of Team TRV. They are consistently not scoring right now. They have to get back into the game. And round number 8, 9, and 10 are the only ones that are remaining now. So pilots, let's get ready now for round number 8. Without any further ado, your timing for the countdown starts in less than 5. Keep in mind, this is the semi-final number 1, and the team from here joins in as the first finalist, and they'll be waiting for the winner from ZDR and KKR. And before the finals, obviously, we're going to have the match for the third place team as well. So we'll be announcing that schedule at the end of the match. But meanwhile, there seems to be all these pilots looking very, very close. They separate out away from lap number 2 onwards, but right now exactly at the same spot. Devi Webb seems a little bit too furious right now. He wants to take charge right now. Look at that. Vatsan is just ahead. That he's chasing the tail of Vatsan right now. And the only thing that he doesn't need to do, and Devi Webb has taken control over Vatsan over here. He is just unstoppable when he's really, really focused. But right now, again, did Vatsan take advantage of Devi Webb's fall? Not really. Ion is looking seriously good. Ion is behind Shady's tail now. Shady should be looking to accelerate at this point, knowing that piece of information. And Ion at number 1. Ion is at number 1. Wow, this is truly a great pilot that's racing at lap number 2. And Ion, Devi Webb, Shady falling behind at lap position number 3, quickly recovering for position number 2 from a close person perspective. Look at that. Shady trying to really scrap on to the tail of Ion. Ion really taking it full away from Shady right now. Shady will be not very happy with this round, but Shady will be looking to definitely get back out there. Let's see what's happening from this perspective. Shady is about 5 gates away, fallen behind. Wow, that's not really something that we expect from Shady. Ion is in a good 7 gates away. That'll be a booster of a confidence for Ion. FPV finishes at his all-time high. Probably that's 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Takes the lead first time against Shady. That's a brilliant racing out there that Ion did. And Davy Webb also picked up the point against Watson. So it's 2 points this time for TRV. Ion FPV and Davy Webb, both these folks pick up their 2 points, while I think it was Bungos that was just who just managed to pick up that 1 point against OSS. But this was a good round for TRV. Things topple anytime around over here. And round number 3, pilots, all 3 pilots have to shape up now for TRV if they have to get into round number 10 for the close call. Okay, pilots, round number 9 starting for you in less than 5. Look at those brilliance of that colors out there. And we'll be just waiting and watching if this time Ion is able to do his magic once again. It's a little too early. Again, Ion came back from behind in the last round. Shady was comfortably at spot number 1, but he was taken in total surprise by Ion coming in at lap number 2. This time, Shady at gate number 3, 31. It's still about 7 gates away. Ion is quickly picking up speed out there. All these pilots are very close. Look at that. 2 pilots from the same team, Ion FPV and Davy Webb, keeping a good amount of distance between each other out there. And Bungos and Shady, the competition between Davy Webb and Watson has sort of closed away, I believe, because Davy Webb still about 9 or 10 gates away out there in front of Watson. So 1 point is in the bag at this point in time for TRV. The question is if Ion FPV can manage to take the other point, and if OSS can also come in and take on a Bungos. That is something that these pilots desperately need at this point in time. They are doing their best out there on the track. Shady has crusaded his way out there. This time he was really furious the last time around. Would have kicked himself in the butt for sure out there. And this time maintaining a supreme lead over Ion FPV at this point in time. And Shady, no chance of probably Ion taking him over at any point in time. Shady completely gets away over there for a spot number 1. The only thing is if Bungos completes or not at spot number 2, which he should at probably if Ion is not too close. Ion coming in with Bungos not making an error through the tunnel, and Davy Webb coming in. So Shady and Bungos pick up their 1 points each, while Davy Webb takes on that 1 point. So it's 2 points for HHR and 1 point for TRV. It's a 13-point game difference, and HHR against TRV. Round number 10, let's see what happens out here. And this is the last round, folks. Be tuned out here. And pilots, let's get ready at the count of less than 5. The last and final round out here. This is a individual pilot positioning. The pilot at spot number 1 will take points 5, and at spot number 2 will be taking 3 points. Davy Webb vigorously getting behind Shady out there right now. Shady has been put under pressure both from Davy Webb and Ion in this competition, because both of these pilots have practiced really well. These tracks were practiced really well by TRV, and Shady has managed to just kind of lose just in round number 8, the last round, round number 8, and well, he's looking really good at round number 10 as well. So that 4 gates will be done by Shady. In quick time, Ion FPV trying to get behind in some shape or form out here, but Devi Webb and Ion and Watson, all these pilots, let's see how they can reclaim themselves at positions number 1 or 2. Ion FPV will be looking to get closer and closer to Shady at this point in time. And Ion FPV at this point in time is just behind his captain, Devi Webb. He's about 4 gates away, well behind Shady once again. 11 gate point difference between Shady and Ion. Shady cruising away. He'll be happy as a clam out there, sitting ahead at spot number 1 and consistently doing his part for his team as the captain to lead himself and his team what seems to be the finals for HHR out here. In the meantime, Devi Webb and Ion at positions 2 and 3. They'll be each looking to get their team the second point, the second position, 3 points out there. Watson in the meantime is far behind, so Devi Webb and Ion well ahead of Watson out there. The only folks out there now to complete, and looks like it's going to be Devi Webb. And once Devi Webb runs through that gate, it's going to be the end of round number 10. And that's it. And we'll finally record those points. Shady is at spot number 1, picks up for 5 points out there. And Devi Webb picks up the 3 points for his team TRV. The eventual score quickly on your board out there as we compute in real time. HHR has won this semi-final number 1. That is the official announcement out there. HHR has won this semi-final. 25 points is to 10 points. And a great competition that we saw. Very top class international quality level pilots that are competing at IDRL SAH Season 3, episode number 9, semi-final number 1 this was, and HHR manages to go through into the finals. So HHR will be waiting for either ZDR or KKR from the next Saturday to come in and join them in the finals, whereas TRV and the loser of the next Saturday will be competing for spots for place number 3 and 4 respectively. So all the 6 teams are poised to get their prize distributed at the end of SAH Season 3. We have a good amount of prize money and some other goodies for the pilots competing in this season. And so do catch on for the next Saturday night. It was fantastic to have all of you out here. Thank you so much, viewers, for tuning in to our IDRL YouTube, and of course for those who tuned in to Twitch. Again, a full HD 1080p resolution we have been broadcasting, and thank you for your comments. We'll be just reading them off one by one once we get a time little bit later on. But right now it's about 10:30 p.m. local time. We are signing off out here, and let's see if some of our supporters, oh, there you go, some legend has tuned in. Harshit Pasaya has also followed. Devil has also followed. So thank you folks for following our Twitch TV out there. And this is what we have so far. HHR, congratulations once again, and very well done out there. TRB, meanwhile, a very good battle that was fought between you and HHR, so you should not be disappointed. Meanwhile, look and practice for the spot number 3 in the SAH Season 3. Okay, so let's get going. And all right, that's what we have from our studios in Mumbai. Meanwhile, we wish you all a very good night out here, and join us for the next Saturday, folks, in the same format for semi-final number 2, the big one, ZDR versus KKR. And till then, good night and good dreams, and have a good weekend.